everything seems to be in order. Okay, hello everyone and welcome back to the Drivers Room Endurance Championship. I am your host Kimaru and yeah, we're on our finale today. Coming to you from saint.Croix in the Group 3 machines. So, Plux is already the champion. There's no questioning that, and I need to change my keyboard settings. Let's see if we can get that fixed. There we go. So, as we know, Plux is already crowned the champion, and Mr. Britnessbit is in second place in the GTR. He's had a good, strong season so far in Tier 1. And yeah, I think I might have to keep my my door open, get the draft going. People will hear, you know, me being enthusiastic today, but it is what it is. It's 26 flipping degrees in Norway. Oh yes. Oh well, it was 30 earlier, so we're gonna have another tropical night. But yeah, I'm pretty damn glad I'm not racing tonight. Otherwise, I would be soaking my t-shirt in water, that's for sure. Yeah, it's gonna be a difficult race. It's gonna be a 90-minute enduro, and sadly, there's only 2 seasons left of ADEC after season 5. 4 weeks from now, 4 months from now, the series will shut down until Gran Turismo 7 comes out. I guess we can all take a guess to why that will happen, but here we go with the qualifier. So, we're looking at possibly a 29-lap race. It would probably be a 2-stop for most, maybe a 3-stopper for some. The pit time entry and all that, pit time loss is about 15 seconds, so that's extremely low compared to the rest of the tracks. And when we take into account that the pit stop timer has been increased in a patch about 6 months ago. So let's take a look out on track and see who will have the best quality time tonight. I will have to leave the comms box in a few minutes because I need to get something more to drink, some more refreshments. And considering that my refreshments get warm within, I don't know, 35 minutes, I might need some ice cubes as well. So I'm gonna find myself my Coke glass and some water and some ice cubes. Will be on the way. So yeah, unfortunately this is also Gadget's second to last season, since he is taking a well-deserved holiday for an entire season for what is it? I don't think he's away for 2 months, I think, but he will be missing season 4. And yeah, Gadget has pretty much never missed a season, as far as I know. But he has deserved some time off, and he will take some time off, recuperate, recharge batteries, and spend some time with his friends and family. Now that the lockdown is finally starting to loosen up a little bit, people are getting vaccinated, but then again, be safe, stay safe, and don't take any chances, I would say. It's still an uncertain world with the shit in the air. So we're looking at a par 303 lap for most of the field, possibly a 302, 301 for the absolute best qualifier setters, and it's gonna be a track that's very hard on the tires, even with the tire setting set to a couple of points lower than the usual 5. Fuel will be set at 1, tires will be set at 3 for this 90-minute enduro. And we are following Gadget at the moment. And let's see, we have Bottle in P1 and Glover in 3rd there, Bublupo, Muller, and we say hi to Blue Racer on stream. Hello, good luck, and keep yourself calm tonight, buddy. There we have the Blue Man himself. Let's hope his bad luck has finally left this man, and we can stop calling him Mr. Wipeout and start calling him Mr. Blue, the fastest man alive. Paul, he's just been that normal little guy that's stayed out of trouble, raised for the Pilgrim's Hospice, raised some money, still raising money, and stayed out of trouble, and it's all paid out well because he is 2nd in the championship. Let's take a look at the point scores just right away so we can confirm a few people's results. So we have Plux Duck in the lead with 544 points, Britnespit with 464, Johnny Hudson with 384, and as I can see, Johnny is not among us today. So he will probably keep on to that 3rd place because we have Bottle Job right behind him in 4th with 320 points. Blue Racer is tied for 4th with 320 points. Then we have Juggernaut with 284, and no way. Best 6 2. Oh wait. I think Daz has done some screw ups here. Gadget with 276 points. We have Berkey with 236, Diesel with 216, and Senna with 160. So it's going to be interesting to see where everyone ends up after tonight. Plux is for definite the champion. And we have Bottle with a 301.0, 3.26 for Mr. Gadget, a 348 from Glover, a 3.5 from Bubo, 3 flat from Muller. Whoa! Look at Brit in a spit, a 3-minute flat lap from Britnespit, and Juggernaut sets a better lap time with 3 minutes 5.63. So I think Britnespit and Juggernaut will be the 2 biggest monsters today in the mighty Gojira, and they will definitely be the guys to beat. As I put you on view with Mr. Plux, and I'll go get me some to drink so I don't die during this 2 well, 90-minute race. So I'll be right back. Okay, we are back, and I got myself something to drink, and that should last me, hopefully, for the next 90 minutes. As we take a look in the field, we have Plux the Duck in third with a 301.0, and Britney Spit with a 30673, and Juggernaut with 30563. Not a lot separating Brit and Juggernaut, as we see Butthole. They're all on outlaps. Boobaloopa with a 302. 303 for Muller. 304 for Glover, KLS. And Diesel is not racing tonight. And there we have Mr. Blue. Let's see if we can set a monster lap time. Oh, I have to cool down my legs with some ice water. Yay. Ice water bottle. The heat lately is just, whew. It's hell. Hell on earth. As we see Blue coming over the line to set a lap time of 3:05. Wow. 302 from Bubalopo, a 304.7 from Glover. A 30127 from Bottle Job, and Jagnut responds with a 259.993. Wow! Jagnut is on fire. How in the hell did he do that? That Gojira must be in a league of its own as he goes wide on the grass. A 30532 from Britnessbit. Might be as good as it gets for the pole man. If you want to check out his stream, check it out on Twitch, TX141. He'll be driving from onboard view. I hope my fan isn't coming through the mic. I set it down to 1 so it doesn't bother me. The mic should not pick the sound or interference up. So let's hope that doesn't happen. If anyone is on stream hearing me, let me know. As we see Paul with his outlap, and I'm sorry for just one-sided viewing. It is warm, I don't want to tire myself out. As we are done with quali, it started about 5 minutes earlier because of the 90-minute enduro. So we always start the qualifiers 5 minutes earlier. The Gadget has struggled. He did say that he enjoyed this track, and Plux have had a conversation with him as well. He has been looking forward to this combination, so he's gonna give it his very best tonight, even though it's just good enough for 4th place at the moment. We all know how rapid Plux is. And let's hope the machinery doesn't kill him this time, as it did twice on the Nordschleife. So yeah, there's that. Blue Racer still hasn't improved, so I think that's the first time this season where Blue has been in last place. There was a track in season 2, yeah, that I just came dead last in the qualifiers. I just had no pace at all, and yeah, but I didn't get last place when I finished. The track's width is my most main issue. It's way too wide, makes corners deceiving. Think the corner you thought you were about to approach. Yeah, I do agree with that, Blue, but then again, I don't know. This combination of tracks is very near and dear to me. I love every single saint.Croix layout, and I don't know, it suits me. Having a big wide track, that's something I truly enjoy on GT. The more narrower tracks, that's when I get in full panic mode, when you know, you have the big walls very near you. So yeah, let's see if Plux can improve. Plux improves with a 3.0304, but not enough to bump Britney Spit or the rest of the gang down. So I think this is one of the first times we've seen Plux outside of the top 3 starting grid. Anyone else doing a lap? No, I think we're just waiting for Jaggernaut and Bottle Job in the pits, so they're gonna run the timer out and keep it as long a wait for us as possible, just to torture us. That's great. Well, good luck, Blue. You'll definitely need it, that's for sure. I've driven this layout a few times and I love it to death. So, let's go. Okay, we're off. Oh, it's a very bogged down start for Jaggernaut. As we see, Bottle Job, Britney Spit, and Plux the Duck has had an amazing start all. Oh, and we have a Bottle Job drifting through turn 1. And Britney Spit just moves up. That Godzilla is rapid in 3rd and 4th gears. As we try and find our... There we go. And that's Britney Spit up in P1, ladies and gentlemen. Let's hope he doesn't shred his tires or do anything wrong in the first few corners and laps. As we see, Blue has gotten himself up into 6th, was 6th, now 7th. Fighting with Muller. As we see, Jaggernaut is all the way down into 8th place. He has had one of the worst starts I've ever seen, from pole position to 8. KLS 1. So... that was a rapid start from the Britman, and I forgot to press the replay thing, so I can't watch the start all over again. Sorry for that. We'll try and keep that button handy. There's only 10 racers tonight. I'm guessing a few other people didn't want to do this. This track isn't for everyone. Maybe it's too hot. Could be the case. As we see, the mighty Godzilla is just running away from everyone. As we see Bottle and the Plux there. The two M4R boys. Boobaloopo has had a very good start. And we see Gadget with a half-second penalty. He will not be able to pass anyone with the penalty, but the people will be able to pass him if they can get past. There's still an hour and 27 minutes to go. It's going to be a long one. So we see them coming over the bridge. Very dark. Oh, KLS had a bad entry into that one. We have Bottle and Plux just behind Brit now. I think the corners is where the GTR will struggle a little bit more. Just look at this big old train behind them. As we have 2 wide, 4 wide, two wide, 4 cars. And they're all slotting in before the final turn. Very good lap from Britney Spit. As we see, Plux is still trying to figure out a way through Bottle. Plux is the champ, but he's still hungry for another win. He will always be hungry for another win. As we see, Juggernaut has crawled himself up to 5th, crawled himself up to 5th. As we see, Gadget is being hounded by Blue. Blue said he didn't like this track, but let's just keep it clean, calm and collected. There will be plenty of time to make any, moves. Plenty of time to make moves. Yeah. As we see, Blue just easily passes Gadget. I think they're on different strats. Blue might be on a 3-stopper and Gadget might be on a 2. Difficult to say in the early stages of the race. As we see, Britnessbit is still being chased down by Bottle Job and Plux. A little wide there for the people. This is a corner I truly love. Very difficult, very fun when you get it right, especially in these cars. As we see, Muller is being chased down by Glover and KLS. And we have Gadget just hooking onto Blue Racer's slipstream. Someone's frying up fish again. I hate that smell. Thank you, neighbors. Gadget is on Blue Racer's heels. As we see, Bottle Job and Plux are very close to pole right now. I wonder what Paul is thinking. It'll be fun to see his stream later on, where he drives from on board. It's going to be very interesting to see his perspective. A new best lap time from Bottle Job, now Juggernaut. So Juggernaut is speeding up. He's catching up to Boobaloopo. Still a little bit of a gap down to Juggernaut from him though. And we have Blue, he's starting to inch away from Gadget. We have Muller, he's starting to inch away from KLS and Glover. So we're gonna stay with the fight in the front, because all season long the action has been in the front. Not to diss the other guys in the back, but they have started to increase the gap between one another. So a lot of the fighting action has always been in the top for some reason. And especially between Plux and Sir Blue. As we see Plux going for a very naughty dive on the inside. I think Bottle Job might have the better. No, that was a good clean dive bomb from Plux, putting him up into second place. Not to say that it was a dive bomb to crash the other car. It was just an opportunistic move. And as Ayrton Senna always said, if you don't go for the move, you're not a racing car driver. And that's exactly what happened. As we see, Juggernaut is getting past Boobaloopo. That Godzilla is mightily fast down the straight. So that puts Juggernaut in fourth. As we see Boobaloopo. Oh, well, it looked like Boobaloopo was going for a move. And I think... Oh no, we have Blue Racer, he's been into the wall. No, he smashed into this wall. I've done that a few times as well. He's going to be limping back to the pit lane. That is catastrophic for Blue. Don't give up, Blue. Just keep racing another incident or two could happen on track. So easy to do, so very easy to do. As we see, Paul is just trying his best now to stave off Plux, and looks like Plux's rear tires are starting to go a little bit more than Paul's. We have Jaggernaut in fourth, trying to catch up to the three in front, the trio. As we see, Gadget has got himself one of the luckiest breaks ever, with Blue being out of his way, but he might not feel too safe because he's got a mighty V12 coming up behind in Muller CJ. And Muller, as we all know, he is a rapidly fast driver, very, very, very consistent, and always has a strategy to go by. He's had a few unlucky races, but he's always managed to dive back. Like me, he's not the strongest qualifier out there, but he has got consistent race pace, and in my eyes, that is what makes Mr. Muller so strong, as we try and figure out what happened to Bottle Job. That is not Bottle Job. Let's see. Oh no! We gotta get another. And we have a casualty in blue. Let's see what happened to Bottle, as he goes very deep on the grass and smashes up his engine. Oh, that is not a bright day for Bottle, as we see Plux passing Brit and the Spit. Oh my goodness. I didn't think the little RX that could get past, but he could. Mazda versus Nissan, and the Mazda rotary engine won that fight. But then again, Brit could just stay behind and save tires and possibly fool Plux a lot doing that. We know how good Brit and Spit is on his tires, and we know the pit crew he has on Twitch chat, so they could assist him along the way. But then again, Plux is so consistent and consistently fast. He just knows every inch of the tracks he's driven. And the RX is a pretty untested car for Plux, but he seems to gel with it quite a bit. And yeah, I think Plux has this in the bag if he doesn't screw up like he did on the ring. But the ring is superiorly a more complicated track than this one, that's for sure. But if Paul can stick within the slipstream of Plux, he will be able to save fuel. He will be able to save tires, and that could benefit Paul all the way in the long run. Oh, that's a shame, Blue. But yeah, the track isn't for everyone. That's for sure. There's always next season to kick it in the ass. Boobalopo in fourth. We have Gadget now in fifth. We have Muller in sixth. He's chasing down Gadget for all it's worth. And we have Glover in seventh, just ahead of KLS. And Bottle is finally into the pits. Not a good start for Bottle Job, but there's still a long road to go. Anything can happen. Even these two could end up crashing, not with each other, but yeah. I kind of disagree with you on that, Blue, and agree with you on the same time. Yeah, this track is definitely a weird one. This corner, or out of this corner, is very unpredictable where the driving lines are, but then again, I've driven this track a lot. I know my limits, I know the track's limits, and I love this track. Like I said, not for everyone. As we see, Britney Spit is ahead of Plux. So this might be a lapping game from these two as we see them side by side through the hairpin. Will they go side by side up the bridge? No, Plux is ahead. The Plux man is ahead, doing what he does best. Ah, fuck. Just trying to endure and survive. Juggernaut there in third position. He is inching closer to these two. Then again, Juggernaut has used a lot more tires than Paul. And yeah, Plux has also used a lot more tires than Paul. I think Paul has a strategy to just, you know, not necessarily push too much, but, you know, take the chances where they are and get past. And then let Plux past again, but not fight too much. Just make sure that he pushes Plux enough to use up his tires and force Plux into the pits first, and then, you know, stay out for a few more laps, save tires, save fuel, and dive in. See if a undercut could work. As we see, Gadget is just ahead of Muller. Muller is looking hungrier than we've seen him for a good long while. He has a good car. I have driven that Aston Martin for 2 seasons, and I absolutely fell in love with that car. A very beautiful, very fast, very good handling automobile. Definitely one of my favorites. I will admit, Aston Martin is not my favorite brand in the world. It's one of my least favorite brands. I actually despise the brand. But the racing cars, they are of another world. It's kind of like Porsches and BMWs. They all kind of look the same, in my eyes. Jaguar in KLS. Just trying to survive. Bottle job, just trying to catch up. He has changed his strategy quite a bit. As we see, Muller is not been able to get through yet, but the straight could be interesting. This is where Muller took me in a DRFS race once, and yeah, he is smart. He is decisive. He is manipulative in the way he drives. When you think he's going for a move, he's not going for a move, and then when you don't expect it, he pounces, and he's ahead, and you start scratching your head, wondering what happened. As we see, Muller just uses the brute force of the V12 and gets past Gadget, like I said, on that straight. Putting Muller now in 5th position, and Gadget down in 6th. We still have Britney Spit just behind Plux. He's staying just barely in Plux's slipstream. And Juggernaut is about 1.4 seconds behind, still munching those tires. Just look at Britney Spit's tires. What is he doing to save those tires so much? I know the Godzilla is not that very kind on its tires, and yet Britney Spit is doing something. He is doing something to preserve the tires remarkably well, and kudos to him for doing so. He might be very gentle on the brakes and the turn-ins. Could be a defining factor. As I need to cool down my legs. Oof. That sounds weird, I know. I have a water bottle full of ice. Ice water. Oh, man. Ah, the cold. Good. I don't like being warm. Took an ice shower earlier and it felt like my back was still burning. Molten lava from my back. And Bubulupo staying out of trouble. And it looks like Muller is able to just run away from Gadget. Gadget must be on a heavy tire and fuel saving strat. Glover there, KLS, and we have Bottle. So let's doesn't look like there's too much battling out on track for the moment. It's getting pretty spaced out. The GTR is definitely not a weak car. I do miss that thing. I was supposed to bring it back for 2020 at some point, but I never got around to do it. Then 2021 came around and I chose this car, which was an absolute beauty to drive. I understand why people enjoyed the Aston Martin race car. It is a very good car. Good looking as well. Even though I said I don't like Aston Martin, I love the race cars. Race cars are on steroids. That's mostly why I love them. They just have bumps and stuff sticking out everywhere. It's like they've used anabolic steroids. Let's hope my stream doesn't get demonetized from that. Cars on steroids. As we see, the RX is just trying to survive in the hands of Bottle. Is he even in the right car? I don't remember him being in this car. Maybe he didn't drive the Nürburgring one. Then again, it's so far ago, long ago, that I don't really remember. And Paul is still staying within a second of Plux, and Plux is starting to shred out his rear tires. The RX is not too nice to the rears, and I think we would expect people to go in within after this lap or after 9th lap driven before 10th starts. And we see Paul's car, quite a big difference in tire wear, and I think Juggernaut is using a lot of brake balance to the front of that thing. I seem to remember when I drove this thing last, I put my brake balance all the way to the back, and it didn't really shred the tires too much, to be honest. It was very nice to the tires with that high of a brake balance to the back, but yeah. Looks like Bubulupa is starting to shred those tires as well. So it's going to be this lap and maybe one more until he dives into the pits. Muller CJ, what can we say about the man? He is known for staying out of trouble, staying consistent, and the race will come to him. He's actually gained positions by just being consistent and driving his own pace, his own race, and that's worked out for him pretty well so far. But don't listen to me, I'm probably talking a lot of smack at the moment. As we see, KLS has been into the pits, so he's about 19 seconds behind Glover at the moment, and we have Sir Bottle Job with a 7-second gap up to KLS. As we see, the gap between Paul and Plux has now increased to 1.1 seconds, so I think Paul is just calming it down and letting Plux tire himself out with the tires. And yeah, I imagine Paul either going in at the same time as Plux or staying out for one more extra lap, maybe even two, considering how well the rears and the fronts look on that Godzilla. Doesn't look like anyone is going into the pits yet, so we're gonna get another lap from these three. Let's take a look at Bobalupo. Will he go in for a pit stop? He's got Muller chasing him down with his Fury. No, none of these goes into the pits. What about the Sigma Lord? No, he does not go to the pits either. Glover, will he stay out for yet another lap? Glover stays out, and yeah. So it's like the predictions are. Most people are going to stay out until the 9th lap is over and done with, and then they'll go into the pits. Bottle Job's strategy has now been changed because of his damage, so it could end up being a 3-stopper for him. We won't see that until later in the race. As we catch up with Plux and Britney Spit again, there's not a lot of gap separating these two, but Plux is driving as hard as he can. Staying out of trouble. Let's see. Alright. Put that up in there. Plux with a little drift. So Plux's tires are starting to go off. And despite that being said, Plux is still pulling away from Paul. So let's see if my predictions are correct. Will Paul stay out for one more lap, or possibly two, and risk it all? Or will he go in at the same time as Plux? Remains to be seen. As we see, Plux is diving into the pits. And let's get my UI back. So Plux has dove into the pits. Juggernaut has also gone into the pits. We have Muller on the inside of Boblupo. And they both go into the pits as well. What about Sir Gadget? He also dives into the pits, and we have Glover there. Will he also go into the pits? KLS and Bottle will be the only ones in the back not going in. And Glover is going for yet another lap. So this is going to be the push lap for Paul. So either he's going to push all he's got on this first stint for this remainder of the lap. Push as hard as he possibly can on those tires. Or, option 2, he'll stay out for optimistically 3 more laps, maybe even 4, if I'm not shooting myself in the foot for saying that. But yeah, he could end up going the long way, and maybe, I know it's probably impossible, but maybe he's attempting a one-stopper. That would be very optimistic. I don't think that will work. The fuel load is just too high, I think, for that. Maybe it's too low. But now Plux will have the option to push insanely hard, and I mean insanely hard, in the first few laps, just to catch up to Paul and decrease his advantage. There's about 15 seconds pit time loss, so Paul will definitely come out behind Plux, but then again, if Britt is going the long way, maybe that could work for Britt Nisbet's or Paul's advantage. Then again, I have no idea how these mines work. It could be absolutely BS from my side of the pond, but it could have some merit as well. Maybe just Paul went for another extra lap just for the fun of it. And we can see Plux is really pushing the car. It looked like it was drifting through the turns, but maybe it was just being that smooth. Muller came out in 4th ahead of Bubalupo, and Bubo is trying to get past Muller, but Muller, like Plux and especially Gadget, I would say, Gadget is the hardest racer to get past usually. When Gadget defends, he is a powerhouse and very difficult to get past. But Bublupo does have the slipstream, so Muller will have to try and break that. And I think, yeah, Britt Nisbet has gone for yet another lap, so he could go for a couple of extra laps, like I said, and go in by the end of lap 13. He could go even further than I assume, and yeah, he could have a plan for everything, but unfortunately I didn't get that background info on what his plan is. But then again, I couldn't really say it on stream, because then maybe if someone else listens, they could take advantage. Jignaut is, well, stayed out of trouble and keeping his head cool and clean, and waiting his time to strike. Muller has not lost the slipstream to Bublopo just yet. He's trying, not for the lack of trying, but he's actually trying. And the Beetle is fast in the slipstream. I've experienced that from a few guys driving the Beetle. It is fast in the slipstream, but the V12 does pack a serious punch. Hence why I truly enjoy that monster last season and season 1. I think Muller has this. I think Muller will pull away now. There's, yeah, I don't think Bubo is close enough. No, just look at the gap. It's increasing, so the powerhouse of the Aston Martin will just drag Muller away. He's probably just laughing maniacally under that helmet with his race engineer Marcus. And yeah, securing himself a 4th position. One of the best of the season for Muller. Gadget in 6th. He, I think his goal is just to stay out of trouble and hopefully hope that the rest of the guys just does a few accidents and ends up crashing. As we see Glover and KLS and Bottle Job all in the fight, as Bottle Job got himself a penalty, but he shook that off quite fast. And it's gonna be a good battle between the three. As we see Britt, will he go into the pits? No. And no, he says piss off to the pit crew and goes for another lap. So we're gonna stick with these three for a moment. And KLS is in the middle of an M4R sandwich. We have Barnett Spice and Bottle Spice. Oh, don't know who came out the worst out of that. I think it was KLS. And Bottle is probably thinking to himself, I got this motherflunker now. 55 minutes remaining of this race. We still have a long way to go. We've driven for 34 minutes. 35 actually. And KLS is under heavy pressure from Bottle. Oh, as we see Bottle just drifting that little RX Vision around the turns. I think the rear end of that RX is a little bit loose. One of the reasons why I didn't choose it in the first time it was released was it felt very uncontrollable to me in the way I drive my cars. I just couldn't quite get the handle on the RX. I know they've done a lot of updates to the BOP since then, but it still isn't a car I feel comfortable with. So kudos to the guys that actually know how to drive this thing. As we see, Bottle is going for a move on KLS, but he doesn't have enough speed down the straight. The Jag is very fast down the straights, like the V12, but the slipstream of that RX should propel Bottle. Oh, and KLS going very wide, almost 4 wheels on the grass, and he gets a penalty. But he had the inside. Doesn't have to give the position up just yet. Bottle will have to fight tooth and claw, tooth and nails. And now Britain's Pit is into the pits. But we have to keep our eyes on the fight for 8th. KLS is feeling the pressure with the fighting from these two. Glover can just easily get himself away from the chaos. As we see, Britain's Pit is now in 3rd position. Coming out of the pits. He's 7 seconds behind Juggernaut, but I think Paul, he definitely has a plan, and he's sticking to that religiously. So at the end of lap 12 is where Britt went into the pits and came out in 3rd. And Bottle, and Bottle goes. Oh, Bottle has used a lot of tires. Okay. So Bottle is into the pits already. That, yeah, I didn't expect that. Juggernaut in 2nd. like we said last time, he has not have a lot of action right now, and he just staying out of trouble. What more is there to do? Muller has still that little flea stuck to the back of his car. Still hasn't been able to shake him. Tires are looking good. Muller has better tires actually. I think Bubo is pushing a lot and using up more of his fronts. Gadget. Glover. KLS there. And Bottle pushing everything he's got now. It's a long way up. There's about a 7-second gap up to Juggernaut. 4.6 up to Plux from Juggernaut. I don't think Plux is pushing that much now, to be honest. He's just keeping it calm and collected, saving the tires for when he needs them, and then pushing like all hell. So yeah, looks like Juggernaut is catching up a little bit. SPC KLS has gone into the pits, so Bottle Job will pass KLS. No drama from that. Let's go on board with Plux for a little bit, and we can't. This is why I need to go out to the lobby sometimes, because the camera angles just doesn't want to work. Hey Revs, or Topa. How are you? Plux is looking strong today. He said he had a hurting shoulder today, so he wasn't exactly sure how this race would go. I would say it's going pretty damn well, and let's hope he isn't struggling too much. What's going on with my stream? Upstorm file. What? Come on, you shit. Am I still live? There we go. Stupid YouTube. What is going on? I'm gonna restart my web browser here. There we go. Let's hope that fixed it. I love technology. Actually, that's being sarcastic. I hate technology, especially when it doesn't work. So, Britain Spit is slowly catching up to Juggernaut, and looks like Plux is extending the gap down to Juggernaut. Muller has been able to get away from Boobalupo's slipstream. Yeah, we miss you in ADEC, Topa. I will say I do miss the racing a little bit, but I'm pretty glad I'm not racing today with the heat in Norway. Still have my fan on and everything, but it's still not enough. No draft, just pure heat. So pretty big gaps forming out on track. Not a lot of things to talk about, except for Boobalupo and Muller, which are the closest two on track, and yet Muller is leaving Boobalupo behind. Yeah, I see. Yeah, work comes before a video game anyway, so it's a shame, but what can you do? So, ADEC will be hosted by Plux in Season 4, and that's for Tier 1, since Gadget is going for a holiday. Always good to be prepared, Revs. Always good to be prepared. I'm actually thinking of maybe, and it's 50-50 maybe, of returning for the very last season of ADEC this year, Season 5, while we're shutting down the series in wait for Gran Turismo 7. So I'm thinking hard and long about maybe doing a final season on GTS, but right now I don't have enough passion to make a decision on it. I love doing the comps, but not the racing. Yeah, that's very good, Revs. Very good. I've only ever had 2 wins in ADEC, and that's my both wins in Tier 2. The first one I remember clearly. It was the Alsace Variation 2 in the Group 3 machines like we're driving here. I was in the GTR. I led about 60% of the race, and then after my final pit stop, Smith just got ahead, and I thought he would win. Then he crashed. Then I won, and I was happy. And the second one was Blue Moon NASCAR circuit and the Group 1s. One of my most boring wins, but a win nonetheless. Jags took 1-5 out, slowly pulling the gap in. Oh yeah, time screen is a little bit messed up, yeah. Yeah, here we have Plux is running away from Juggernaut a little bit, and yeah, and we have Britain Spit. He's catching up to Juggernaut, and Juggernaut's tires are starting to go, so that's probably the reason why Juggernaut is struggling. Yeah, Brit has definitely pulled in, and he's going for a longer 2-stop strategy. And I think if the stop strategy is as it's planned, as people have planned it, it will be a two-stopper of 9 laps each, so I'm totally out of sync. That will be at lap 19, lap 20, 21, and that's where they'll go in for their second and final stop, and it will be a 29 lap race. Big gaps forming out on track, especially in the back. Not a lot of action, unfortunately. Not the most exciting of streams, as we see Muller with a half-second penalty, and Bubalopo is 4 seconds behind, so the gap is increasing up to Muller. Gadget, he is just he's racing his own race. Doesn't seem to be able to catch up to Bubalopo all that much. Glover just doing his own thing, and Bottle, well, if it wasn't for his crash, he would be in the top 3 fighting and making Plux's day a little bit more harder, more difficult. Now we have, Juggernaut losing the gap, losing the time to Britt. And Britt is getting ever so closer. Yeah, that GTR is insanely good. Never rule it out, that's for sure. We're at the 15-minute mark. Yeah, I have a feeling the GR3 Beetle is a very good car, albeit doesn't really suit my driving style, but it does have a beautiful engine. Sounds like a freaking wasp. Yeah, I can understand that. I just fell in love with the V12 Vantage the past few seasons, and I don't know, it suited my style in, like lots. And the other car that suited me for almost half a year, 6 months, was the GR3 Viper. Very good cars to drive, and I haven't regretted picking them ever. As we see, Britt goes on the outside of Juggernaut into turn 1. So we're gonna take a look back at that one from Juggernaut, Britt view. Going on the friggin' outside. And he made the move stick. Wow. Very good move from Britt, putting him into P2. And this is where Britt will have to push a lot to get away from Juggernaut and maybe do his last pit stop the few remaining laps of the race. I don't know. I have no idea what's going on in the mind of Paul Where's my overhead display? There we go. I have no idea what's going on in the mind of Paul. It could be a brilliant strategy. I don't think he's going to catch up to Plux. Then again, the pit time loss is 15 seconds. I don't know how long Paul can drive when Plux goes in for fuel and tires. And that should be within either at the end of this lap or at the end of lap 19, I presume. So best to just be sensible and not jeopardize it. Yeah. He knew he really couldn't fight the Jagnot, yeah. Jagnot just doesn't have the tires that Paul has at the moment. And Paul has significantly newer tires. Jagnot went in on lap 9 and Paul went in after lap 12. So he has a couple of laps better tires than Jagnot. And it looks like Paul is actually catching up to Plux now. So Plux's tires are starting to hit the cliff. And we'll have to go in. I think everyone is actually going for a 2-stop, but the person that went in last of all of the stoppers were Paul. Everyone has gone in after 9 laps, so they're doing a 2-stop from my background info. But I don't know what Paul is doing. He's had a very good race so far. He's saved the tires the best in the GTR. He saved them a lot better than Plux could in the first stint, which surprised the hell out of me. But everyone has gone in after lap 9, and Paul went in after lap 12. So he's probably got a plan he's following, probably a master plan at work. So yeah, I don't know. Yeah, he's stupidly good on tires. You're right. Maybe a 1-stop, and that's a cat that he's dragged out of the bag for most of the races this season. He's just doing a 1-stop and sticking with it. He may not be the fastest in pace-related terms by doing so, but it seems to work for him. He's fast. He's consistent. He's very kind to the tires and fuel, and yeah, I'd like to know how he actually does this. So it's going to be interesting watching the stream back tomorrow and taking a look at it, see what he actually does. Yeah, he's got a plan and is sticking with it. Muller in 4th. He's now 8.5 in front of Bubalopo, and Bubalopo is 14.6 ahead of Gadget. Gadget didn't have any aspirations of a podium, but he just does his own thing. Bottle, unfortunately, he was actually in the top 3, top 4 fighting in the first few laps. Then he got out on the grass in the exit of this corner actually and slammed into the wall, damaged his engine, and he has been fighting tooth and nail to get back up to 7th. Glover has had a very uneventful race so far. He's just, like Gadget, done his own thing, stayed out of trouble, and just tried to scrape enough points to stay in Tier 1. Kalas, I don't think he's had a lot of practice, and he is dropping off. Paul is catching up to Plux. Yeah, I think also Britt filled up in the first stop. I'm not too sure, but yeah, I think he filled up. That could be why his fuel load is a lot higher than Plux at the moment. As we see, Plux has gone into the pits with 24% left in the tank, and we have Juggernaut going into the pits as well. Britain's pit will probably stay out for, I'm gonna gamble, for another 3 laps. Looking at the tires, 3 laps is what I'm predicting from Britain's pit. And we have Plux out there, coming out now. He is 15 seconds behind, 16 possibly? No, 15.4. So he's gonna gain or catch up to that gap, and there's no way Britain's pit is gonna be able to come out of the pits still in first after he goes in. Maybe, just maybe, Britain's pit is going in after this lap, taking on up to 50% of fuel and going to the end. Looking at Plux's tank, he has filled just under 50%. Juggernaut has filled about 50-ish, 49%. Muller, I think everyone's going to be on half tank. Bottle still has to go into the pits. Same with Glover. Gadget is into the pits right now. KLS will probably not go into the pits just yet. And the gap will continue to decrease from Paul and Plux right now. But when will Paul go into the pits? So Juggernaut is 22 seconds behind, so that could mean possibly that Brit will come out in front of Juggernaut, but then again, my maths are not that good. If anyone knows me, you will know that math is not my strong suit, and if anyone gives me something to, you know, add or, you know, do a math piece, my head will explode. So yeah, there's that. Numbers is not my thing, all right? It is really not my thing. Ask me any math puzzle and you just see question marks in my eyes. Or a big donkey over my head. Eeyaw. That's how stupid I am with numbers. Yeah, numbers, not my greatest. Hey, Dak, Flapjack, how you doing? Will Paul go into the pits? And he dives into the pits. Where will Paul end up? He has 29% left in the tank. Or, oh yeah, bonjour. Yeah, bonjour. And sun's amazing. Yeah, it's been super hot in Norway too. 29 degrees today. No draft, no wind. And I heard Mighty Godzilla, so Britain's pit has come out in front of Juggernaut. He's going to push the entire way to the finish. Will it be enough? Will he catch out to Plux? Will he beat Plux? But it definitely will be a podium for all 3 racers tonight, that's for sure. And Britain's pit didn't take on a lot of fuel. He did not take on a lot of fuel. Yeah, Plux and Juggernaut, they have a lot more fuel than Britain's pit. What is he doing? Is this the master gamble from Brit? Is this how his plan works? Is everything going according to plan? It remains to be seen until the very last minutes. We have 27 minutes remaining. Holy crap, 1 hour and 2 minutes driven. Wow, time flies when you're having fun. Bublopo in 5th position still, and it looks like, yeah, they've both been into the pits. Bottle Job has yet to go into the pits, so the gap between Bublopo and Bottle will increase. Gadget was in the pits a few laps ago. There's about 8 laps remaining of this race, maybe 9. Like I said, math not my strong side. As we see, KLS is brimming the tank, well, over halfway at least, so he won't need fuel. For the remainder, he can push everything. And we see the gap to Plux is decreasing from Brit. Brit is gaining. Will it be enough? Who will use the most tires first? Brit will have 1 lap fresher tires, but depending on how hard they push the tires, they could end up looking the same. And let's hope Plux's car doesn't try to kill him like it did on the Nordschleife. That's the wrong car. And it looks like the gap between Juggernaut and Paul is also decreasing, and Paul might be doing some fuel saving. So I think Paul might actually be doing some fuel saving. I think Paul knows that he's underfueled. He might have underfueled. And that could be the defining factor in tonight's race. And I don't see any action behind in the field. These are the closest on track. Muller has gotten himself a good gap away from Bubalupo, so he'll probably be secure in 4th. A very good drive from Muller for once. He's had a series of bad luck, but he has been strong enough to remain in Tier 1. So yeah, Muller has definitely had a lot of bad luck lately. Bottle is going into the pits. Gadget will take 6th. Glover is done, and KLS is done with the pit stops. Yeah, it could be the dirty air. Bottle Job did crash in lap 2, coming out of, well, not this turn, a couple of turns ago. And the car just kicked out on him. Blue crashed in this corner and unfortunately retired. But yeah, this is a love-hate track. Some people love it, some people hate it. I am one of those that love all variations of saint.Croix. I don't know, I just find the tracks smooth, cool, fun to drive. Especially this way around, it's very, very good. Yeah, Blue has had really, a poor season. A lot of bad lucks, penalties, spins. Very good, a lot of good battles between Plux and Blue, but in the end, he has pushed his car too much and just not been able to keep his consistency up. And I think that's been his problem. He just needs to work on his consistency, maybe not take too many chances, tire out the car too much, too fast. Could be his fault. As we see Juggernaut with, okay, never mind. Juggernaut has the fastest lap of the race. I don't know where, when exact. Oh yeah, he said it last lap, so I'm seeing that now. A 3-minute flat in the race. Wow. Yeah, I'll say that. The Juggernaut really is on fire. Yeah, I think Plux is... Plux can't be pushing it. If he is, he's not pushing it enough. Juggernaut was the only one to break the 3-minute barrier in the quali. He did a 2-minute 59.993, so an insane time. So yeah, Paul is gaining on Plux, but Juggernaut is gaining on Paul. 20 minutes to go. Well, 21. Luckily, my voice has been saved this time. Haven't been screaming, haven't been yelling my ass off. Yeah, Juggernaut is the few times I've raced him, I've been able to maybe beat him once or twice, but he's usually beaten me 98% of the time. He is rapid, but I feel that Brit and Plux maybe has another gear than Juggernaut. Juggernaut is fast on a lap-to-lap basis, but I don't know. I'm not really sure how to talk about Juggernaut's consistency versus the rest of the field, because I don't know. Some races Juggernaut is just at the back of top 10, at the front of top 5, top 3. So I'm not really sure how to classify Juggernaut or any other racer for that matter. Yeah. I know Bottle Job is insanely fast. He's just gotten faster and faster and faster. But the inconsistency isn't his problem. He has a few races where he's just very unlucky and the car kills him, like it did in lap 2 of this race. And he just spun and his car got sent into the guardrail and full engine damage, and he had to limp back to the pits. As we see, the gap between Paul and Brit is slowly decreasing, while the gap between Brit and Juggernaut is slowly increasing. So yeah. Yeah, I think maybe Juggernaut has been a little bit more incident prone because of the damage, and he's been very unlucky at a few races where he's gotten damage, and that's more or less ruined his race. So yeah, I think Brit is on fire right now. I think he can push in ways maybe Plux can't. Then again, Plux does have a lot more fuel. Well, when I say a lot, he has a little bit more. Will it be enough for Brit to conquer the top step of the podium tonight? We have 18 minutes to go and get the answer. Plux has been under a lot of pressure so far this season from Blue especially. But yeah, it seems more or less like an easy race for Plux today. He still has to watch out for Paul. And Juggernaut seems to be losing a little bit up to Brit right now. And Brit is, well, first time I'm asking Spice, first time I'm saying that tonight. He's only gaining on Plux. Plux will feel the pressure at the end of a few laps, maybe half a lap. Yeah, Plux's tires are starting to go off. We see Brit's tires are starting to wear a little bit, but I think they're still in their prime. And it's 4.5 seconds down to Juggernaut now. So we're just gonna look down the field as we see Muller has an 11.5 second gap down to Boobalupo. Boobalupo has a 14.1 up to Gadget there, up from Gadget. Bottle Job is slowly gaining on Gadget. Maybe we could get a fight from these two. Glover is a long way ahead of KLS, so let's stay with the fight of Brit and Plux for the moment, and we'll go back to Bottle and Gadget when needed. Keep my fingers on the correct numbers on the keyboard. 2.6. Still 1.7, 1.8 between Paul and Plux. The gap is decreasing to between Plux and Bottle, and no, Gadget and Bottle. Sorry. But then again, Bottle can come close to Gadget, but it's a matter of actually getting through or past Gadget. That's going to be the problem, because Gadget is not going to give Bottle Job a freebie to get past. He has to work for it. Unless Bottle can get through on the big straight. The gap has increased between Plux and Paul for the moment. So we're going to keep our eye planted on the battle for 6th. For a little bit, at least until we get to the straight and at the end of it, and see. Oh, Bottle is within under a second of Gadget. Could this be where Bottle strikes? No, Gadget will not give up his position easily. I've experienced that plenty of times driving against Gadget. I know that for a fact. Gadget is not an easy man to get past, but the straight is so wide and so open. Gadget is covering the inside to the chicane. Bottle is not able to pass here. Take a look up to these two. 1.5 seconds between them. So still a little bit of a distance, unless Plux royally smashes it into the wall in turn 1, which I don't think he does. No. So we're going to stay with Bottle and Gadget. As we see, Bottle is 0.2 behind. Will no, Gadget is covering the inside. He's doing everything correctly. Bottle will have to work for this. He will have to fight tooth and nail just to get through. Gadget is not, and I say that with all honesty, he is not an easy man to get through. He defends and places his car as correctly as possible, making it as wide as he possibly can, and the opponent will have to find his way through. And will Bottle be able to do this on the outside? I don't think so. It's going to be very tight out of last turn as Bottle skims Gadget a little bit, but looks like the RX does have a little bit more power than the Beetle. The Beetle is very strong in the slipstream. Will Gadget be able to take him on the inside? Oh, wow. And Bottle holds it on the outside. Gadget is not through with this man yet. He is intent to show him who's boss. He's going on the inside into this one. I think Bottle. Oh, and a little slide from Gadget. I think that's over. I think that's over. I think that's over. Bottle has better speed in the RX, and I think the race is done for Gadget. It will be 7th for him, unfortunately. But a good little battle at the end, that's for sure. As we see, Brit is just over a second up to Plux now. Let's see, is Bottle running away? No, Gadget is sticking in the slipstream. So we're going to keep an eye on these two now. 10 minutes to go. It's been a hard-fought race between these two at least. They had a lot of fighting and action and excitement in the opening minutes. And it looks like it's going to be an exciting closing finish of Race 8, Season 3, Round 8. It's not going to happen here. As we see, Bottle is over a second up to Gadget now, so I think this is it for Gadget, unfortunately. So, now we're going to plant our eyes on these two, see what Paul can do. Will he be able to get past the Quackman, the champ? We have the champion in first. We have the second place runner in second. And Paul has done a lot of good work this season. He has stayed out of trouble. He has had a few scary incidents, but not enough to ruin his race. I think one of his baddest races ever was at Laguna, where the Porsche just couldn't keep up the LMP1, and then he had his rear end kick out on the exit of the corkscrew, and I think that's the biggest incident and crash that Paul has had this season. I remember in Season 1, when Paul was in Tier 3 and Bathurst, his Group 3 Ford GT just killed him multiple times. As we see, Brit is past Plux, a beautiful slipstream overtake, and we have Plux with a penalty. He has a second penalty. Even if Plux wants to, he can't get past. Plux can't get past with the penalty. He'll get another post-race penalty if he does so. So he just has to stay behind. It's the RX Vision Flapjack. Oh, and a little slide from Plux. RX Vision. I don't think it's an official RX 7 or 8 or something like that. Wouldn't mind it if they called it an RX-7. And Plux is rid of his penalty. Let's hope he doesn't get a penalty for cutting that corner too deep. This is not exactly the area Brit wants to be in, because Plux can now save tires and fuel and maybe open the engines up even more on the very last lap. We have about 2 more laps to go. It's going to be a 29-lap race if the predictions are correct. We're just going to take a scroll down quickly, see if there's any action in the back. No, there is not. So we're going to stay with the top 2 as we've done for the past 6 races that I've commentated on. The action has mostly been in the front, and not to disrespect the people in the back, but they have usually been too spaced out, and the action has just died off a little bit in the back, unfortunately. So not to disrespect them, but yeah, the leader has really had to work for everything so far this season. Plux has had to put his A game, his A face, everything on after his sabbatical from, what was it, season 2? Yeah, season 2. So yeah, Plux has really had to work for it so far this season. He has had a few bad luck races, but he's managed to grab himself enough points. And we have Blue Racer, who accumulated a minute of penalties on Nordschleife in post-race penalties. So his first place became 6th place, and that killed his points in the championship. So that's very unfortunate. He passed Plux with a penalty, and that's why Blue has had a terrible season in the points. And it looks like Plux is going for a move on the inside into the chicane, and let's hope there's no contact between them. It looked pretty clean. And is this going to be the final result of... Oh, as we see Plux with a drift, he's going to lose all the momentum he has to Brit. Oh, I keep hitting my leg. What am I doing that for? It's so exciting. How is Plux going to win this? How is he going to keep the first time of asking Spice behind him? Baby Spice will have to put out every trick in the book just to win. I think I need to find a new call sign for Plux after this. Duck Spice, Duckling Spice. Is that a thing that could work? Duckling Spice, Duck Spice, the Quack Spice. Maybe that works better. Quack Spice. Will Paul fight back? Will he wait until that little beautiful straight? Who knows? Oh! Will Britain Spit go on the inside? Into turn 1. It's going to be the last lap. Or is it going to be another lap? As we see, Jagannath into the pits. Jagannath's not going for a fastest lap, is he? I don't think he is. There's not going to be enough time for that. Oh man, these two. These two. Just look at Plux's rear tires. They're gone. There's nothing left in the tires. Oh. Are you sure, Flapjack? Maybe. How will this end? Plux will have the slipstream. Will he have enough tires to get the job done? More to the point, will they have enough fuel? And yeah, it looks like Plux's car has drunk more fuel than Paul. I don't think Plux is able to keep up the pace. I really don't think so. Oh, as we see, Plux's car is drifting. Oh, Plux is struggling. Plux is struggling. Plux is struggling. I think Brit will keep. Yeah, Brit has to keep his head cool. He has better tires. He has just about more fuel. It's gonna be another lap. It's going to be another lap. Juggernaut is. Oh. Yeah. Juggernaut is still on his out lap. I don't know if he's gonna make it over the finish line though to set a flyer. Oh, this is gonna be interesting. Brit is over half a second in front of Plux. I don't think Plux has enough. I don't think he has enough grip to keep that car floating. I don't think he has enough. There's just not enough grip in the RX. It's just not enough grip in it. He can't keep up with Brit in the spin anymore. He can't keep up. I know Plux is the champion and Plux really wants to win. He loves winning. He gets a little upset by losing, but when he's had such a good battle like this, he can't be upset. Oh, as we see, Plux is really pushing the car. Oh no, we have to take a look back at that. A little quick replay from that. Let's see. Oh, he gets on the grass a little bit too much, gets the tires dirty. Oh, and gets a cut the corner track penalty. Oh man, Plux fought, he just couldn't make a stick. As we see Bubbaloo going over the line to finish in 5th, and Bottlejob crashing into 6th, Gadget in 7th, we have Glover in 8th, and Killis in 9th. Oh wow, it's been an exciting finish to the race. As we see, Paul is just driving away from Plux now. He'll just have to keep the car keep the car on track, not a straight line. Just keep the car on track. Don't do any mistakes now. Just keep the car balanced and get it over the finish line. There will be a lot of money for the Pilgrim's Hospice after this. Oh, yeah. No, wait. Is he? Let's take a look. Checking out this purple in Sector 3. Is he purple in the next sector? I don't know, but we can't. Well, we'll follow the bridge. See from that. He is purple. So it could be the fastest lap from Juggernaut. As we see, yeah, the gap is decreasing a little bit, but I don't think it is enough for Plux. I don't really think it's enough for Plux. And that's another win for Britton Spit. I think he has 3 wins so far this season. Very well done to Brit, and very well done to Plux. Juggernaut, will he be able to set the fastest lap? Remains to be seen. 3:05.62 from Brit. What is Juggernaut's time? Will it be 2:59? 3 flat. I mean, 3 minutes flat. Holy crap! Oh, very well done, Juggernaut. Well done indeed, scoring the fastest lap point. Oh, Muller was lucky to escape damage from that. Oh, wow. What a race. What a race. I'm just saying 3 flat because of, the 0 after, the double 0. So, yeah, very well done to everyone, and congratulations to Paul for the win. Well-deserved victory for Paul. That was an amazing race, and yeah. ADEC is taking a 1-week break before Season 4 starts, and wow, it's been an exciting season. A lot of drama, a lot of action. Thank you, Jack. Yeah, leading with pair battle between Bottle Gadget was also, yeah, two good battles out on track, that's for sure. Um, yeah, it's been a very, very good and great season in ADEC, and in a way, I wish I was racing. In another way, I'm kind of glad I'm not actually racing. Yeah, I am stupid no torque rotary. Guess what car Plux is changing for Season 4, ladies and gentlemen? He's changing out his GR3, that's for sure. From that message, I am thinking, yeah, he's gonna come back in another car. All right, save that. I gotta clean up my replays. It's been a great season so far. I didn't commentate on round 1, but I've commentated on every round since then. And yeah. So Gadget will not be rejoining until September in Season 5. And that will be the very last season for ADEC, Season 5, before we wait the return or wait the release of Gran Turismo 7 before ADEC starts up again. Yeah. It's going to be a shame to see this series put on hold. It's going to be a shame to see the series be shut down, but it's you know, it's for the very reason of I'm going to place the car in some special viewing here. Hold on. So the ADEC series is going to be shut down for well after Season 5. It's going to be shelved for an unspecified time until Gran Turismo 7 is released and ADEC will return. It is a little difficult to keep the series running, to keep the interest peaking because of you know, driving the same combinations, same tracks, cars all the time. There's usually people that drive the leaderboard cars. Like in GR1, most people pick the TSO50 LMP1 Toyota, and it makes it for a little boring race, to be honest. But yeah, we're gonna put everything on hold. It's not gonna be shut down forever. It's just going to be shut down for a little while, and we will return in 2022, hopefully, when Kazunori Yamauchi finally releases Gran Turismo 7 in the numbered series as we remember it, with tuning, buying tires, wheels, turbos, superchargers, brakes, for one. That's why I hate driving. Most of the cars in the Sunday League at the moment, because most of the cars are pretty damn shit. The N-class cars, when it comes to handling, and when you tune them, it just the handling doesn't, it can't keep up. So yeah, I've been rambling too much. The stream will end, and return in 2 weeks' time when season 4 starts. I will continue to host and live comment on Tier 1 for season 4. And depending on how bad the itch is, if at all there, I might return for season 5 to send Adek off into the vault until Gran Turismo 7. So, that is it for me. That is it for Kimaru. Hope you have a nice night, nice evening, nice weekend, and stay safe. And we'll talk soon. Bye bye.